Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Adri and today I'm going to be doing this super cute look here. This is a emerald green smoky eye. It turned out so good. So let's jump right into this look. As you can see here, I am doing my eyebrows. I am going in with the NYX brow glue to apply the product on my brow to get my brows to lay flat before I go in and press them down with this little tool here. Using this tool really helps press that product in and get the brow laid down really nicely. Then on the other end of that tool is the spoolie, and I'm going to carve out the shape that I want, just a desired shape, and then kind of just repressing it back down. You really want it to be nice and flat. Then going in with my one size setting powder to set my brows. One thing about a long lasting eyebrow, if you want that, you gotta set it. After you set your brows, go in and then shape and fill in your brows. I use a brow pomade to fill in my brows. I know a lot of people do like to use pencils, and sometimes I like to use pencils, but for the most part I do lean towards my pomade because I really do like that. I feel like I have more control with it, and then also it's buildable. That's the part I think I like most, is it's buildable. And I will be listing the link to my Amazon storefront. You can find a lot of these products in my Amazon storefront under the basic essentials for makeup, and these are just the basic products I feel like you would need to achieve just a normal look, not a full glam everyday look. Eyebrows, setting your face, primers, and good things like that. So go check that out, go get those items. Then going in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer to clean up underneath my eyebrows. I use two shades when cleaning up underneath my eyebrows. I do go in with a lighter shade on the outer part of my eyebrow, and then with the more warmer shade that's more closer to my complexion towards the inner part. Only because I really only want to enhance and highlight underneath that brow bone more so. Now after you go ahead and clean up underneath your brows, go in with your concealer brush. I am using my favorite concealer brush, which is my Eco Tools Precise Concealer Brush, to just blend and buff that out underneath the brow before we go in with our eyelid base. Sometimes when you go ahead and blend that out, it makes it super seamless and a lot easier so you don't mess up your brow after the fact. Now after I applied my eyelid base and going ahead and blending that out, just want to work that in really well so we can get a nice clean base for this look. Going in with my Morphe palette, I'm using this black shade here. This is the 35M Boss Mood palette. Really packing that shade on. I really wanted to make sure that it was really deep and rich, so don't be shy on this part. Pack it in and make sure you stay in the middle of the lid. You do not want to extend that outside of the area that I've only done, because what you're going to do is end up buffing it up, and you don't want it to be too harsh around the edges. So only pack it on really deeply in the center. Now using a small blending brush, I am literally just buffing out the edges. I did not apply any product on that brush the first time, but the second time, as you can see here, I'm starting to build it up and gently tap it in there. You don't want to accidentally put too much on, because dealing with black is a harsh color and it can quickly go wrong. So slowly take your time and gently buff it up. Going in small circular motions, that's the motion you want to make sure you're doing with your brushes. Small circular motions around the edges, because you want it to be really airbrushed and smooth around that edge area. And see here, you see how that one was just packed on, how that one is more blown out? That is what you want. You want it to look more blown out. It's a smoky eye. You want it to look smoky. Now I'm going in with this burnt orange shade so I can have a transition between the brow bone and the lid. I buffed that out lightly with a medium blending brush to kind of give a transition. You see, and now we're going to do the same on the other side. And then going back in with that black to just pack in a little bit more and then buff out the transition between the two. Then I went in with this ColourPop Super Shock shadow. It's a metallic shadow in the shade Moonwalk, and just packed it right on top of that black. I packed it in the inner corner of the eye and toward the middle and blended that out really well. And I really loved how this metallic shadow set on top of the black. It turned out so good and definitely gave the look that I was going for. Now I'm going in to apply my liquid liner, just giving myself a small winged eyeliner look. It's not going to be extended as long as I usually do, but just something super simple. And now it's time to prep our face for our base. This is my favorite part. I really feel like getting your foundation application to lay flawlessly really brings a look together. So as you can see here, I am using my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer to prime my face. Once I get my face nice and primed and ready to go, I go in with my Fit Me foundation in the shade 322 and just blend that all over my face. This shade is literally a great match for me. As you can see here, it matches really well with my neck and face area. If you kind of see the blending shade there, that's how you know a foundation shade is a great match for you. Now going in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer to conceal underneath my eyes. I'm going to set my nose, my forehead, and above my lip. And then I'm also going to go in with my contour and contour my face in the areas that I usually do. As you can see here, I am contouring my nose. Then I'm going to contour my forehead, my cheekbones, underneath my cheekbones, and then my jawline as well. Going back in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer to conceal and set my smile line as well, and a few other areas. Then going in with my e.l.f. Power Grip Setting Spray to set my face before blending out my contour and concealer. And the most therapeutic part of makeup for me is blending everything out. I love seeing everything just melt together as you continue to blend and work out that contour and concealer. This is definitely my favorite part. And if you've made it this far in the video, please do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Drop a heart below if you've made it this far, a green heart for all my lovely supporters. And stay tuned because I really got some good cool looks coming up for the month of December, so you guys don't want to miss that. Going in with my small contour brush to blend out the contour on my nose, and then I will be using my favorite beauty blender by e.l.f. to blend out the concealer on my nose. I usually blend out the contour and concealer on my face first, and then I do my nose last. Going in with my liquid blush by Tarte. This blush was actually given to me as a free sample in one of my goodie bags when I went to buy other products, so I was trying it out today. So I added that on and gently patted that in. For those who really know me, know that I love a bright under eye. So I did go back in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and blended out one more dot of concealer underneath each eye. And look how milky and smooth that is. So now it's time to set our face. Using my One Size setting powder, I'm going in, gently patting and setting in my areas that I use to conceal. And using my setting powder, I always go in and bake where my smile line is. I do set a little extra powder on my nose and let that sit, along with cutting above my jawline but underneath my cheekbone, because I really do like a really snatched look. And when you set those areas and let that sit for a little bit, I'm working on filling in my waterline, and after I fill in my waterline with this black liner, I will be smoking out my lower lash line as well. And all doing those few little steps is just enough time to go ahead and let those extra areas set and bake before you brush it off. I also went ahead and did my lip combo while I let these areas bake as well, going in with my favorite MAC lip liner in the shade Chestnut. So now I'm going in with my favorite matte lipstick by MAC in the shade Honey Love. These two are like my staples when it comes to a nude lip combo. Then I'm going in with my lip liner brush to blend out those two. And once you blend your lips out to the desired look that you want, it just eats every time. Like, look at that, look at that. So to top off this new lip combo, of course, you have to add a gloss, and I'm going in with my NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Sugar Cookie. This is my staple. I love those NYX Butter Glosses. So now we're brushing off that rest of that setting powder that we had baking, just getting that dusted away. Now I'm going in with my Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette. In that palette, I am using the highlighter to highlight areas of my face. And with my Micro Smooth Finishing Powder by Sephora, just to set the remaining areas of my face. To set our face, we're going to lock everything in using that same e.l.f. setting spray from earlier, and just getting everything locked and set in using that beauty blender to pat everything down. Look at this, here we have it, the final look. Look at that flawless base. Get to check out the link to my Amazon storefront for the list of products below. I'm going to list those details.